Good.
For our online viewers, sorry for the interruption. So we have a technical problems to counter, so we have lost our internet connection.
Ah? Ang lain po siya.
Care of the results for the processing report.
Go ahead, Engineer Rice, read the results.
So for this particular contract ID, we have here 26K00039. We have 3 prospective bidders. So for our first bidder, Advisor Construction Supplies and General Merchandise, the mayor's permit is valid December 31, 2026. The PTI is valid until March 22, 2029. For the PIR tax clearance certificate is valid at February 4, 2027. For its field checks registration certificate is valid until April 22, 2026. For the technical and financial aspects, here the pickup license valid on June 6, 2026. The pickup registration is valid until June 6, 2028. For the work experience passed for the NFCC, passed. For our second prospective bidder, we have a Kagalawan Enterprises Incorporated. For the mayor's permit, the validity is until December 31, 2026. The set is valid until March 6, 2068. For the PIR tax clearance certificate, it's valid until June 19, 2026. And for the new jobs registration certificate, it's valid until August 10, 2026. For their technical and financial aspects, Kagalawan Enterprises Incorporated, its pickup license is valid until October 8, 2026. While their registration certificate for the pickup is until October 11, 2027. For the work experience path, for the NFCC path. For our next bidder, we have the R-S Construction. The RS Construction, the mayor's permit is valid until December 31, 2026. Their DTI is valid until January 11, 2028. The PIR tax clearance certificate is valid until August 5, 2026. While their new jobs registration is valid until September 8, 2026. So for their profile, the profile of their technical and financial aspects, the pickup license of RS Construction is valid until February 10, 2027. Pickup registration is valid until March 2, 2029. For their work experience passed, for their NFCC passed. That would be all for the eligibility process. So, still question.
Thank you, Engineer Aida. So now let's wait the results of the manual checking of the technical component. You have here the result of the preliminary examination of the document of the bid for the contract ID 26KH0039 construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. Coordinates of 124.61333 decrease and 8.48111 decrease. For R-S construction, valid Pilgrim's registration certificate submitted. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts submitted. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC submitted. Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAP license submitted. Bid security submitted in the form of PSD. Organizational chart for the contract submitted. List of contractors' key personnel submitted. List of contractors' major equipment units submitted. Omnibus sworn statement submitted. Need financial contracting capacity or NFCC submitted. For advisor construction supplies and general merchandise. Valid Belgium's registration certificate submitted. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts submitted. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC submitted. Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAP license submitted. Bid security submitted in the form of PSD. Organizational chart for the contract submitted. List of contractors' key personnel submitted. List of contractors' major equipment units submitted. Omnibus sworn statement submitted. Need financial contracting capacity or NFCC submitted. For Tagalawan Enterprises Incorporated, valid Pilgrim's registration certificate submitted. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts submitted. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC submitted. Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAP license submitted. Bid security submitted in the form of PSD. Organizational chart for the contract submitted. List of contractors' key personnel submitted. List of contractors' major equipment units submitted. Omnibus sworn statement submitted. And need financial contracting capacity or NFCC submitted. So after the eligibility screening of CWA and manual checking by the DPWH, we found these three contractors eligible to participate in the bidding. First is R-Fish Construction. Second is Advisor Construction Supplies and General Merchandise. And third is Tagalawan Enterprises Incorporated. So let us proceed in opening the second envelope, the financial component of the bid. So we have here the financial component of the bid for the contract ID 26KH0039. Construction of multipurpose building in Barangay Bulwa, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. Coordinates of 124.61333 degrees and 8.48111 degrees, which three bidders are qualified. First is the R-S Construction, Advisor Construction Supplies and General Merchandise, and lastly is the Pagalawan Enterprises Incorporated. We are request DWG to assist us in the preliminary examination of the financial component of the bid. Now here the result of the preliminary examination of financial component of the bid. For the contract ID 26KH0039, construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Mambuaya, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, coordinates of 124.61333 degrees and 8.48111 degrees. With approved budget for the contract is 5,939,930 and 67 centavos. For R-S construction, financial bid form submitted, bill of quantities submitted, detailed estimates submitted, and cash flow by quarter submitted. With the bid amount of 5,935,443 pesos and 16 centavos. 5,935,443 pesos and 16 centavos. For advisor construction supplies and general merchandise. Financial bid form submitted. Bill of quantities submitted. Detailed estimates submitted. And cash flow by quarter submitted. With the bid amount of 5,928,090 pesos and 35 centavos. With a discount of 5%, amounting of 296,404 pesos and 52 centavos, resulting with a discounted bid amount of 5,631,685 pesos and 83 centavos. So again, advisor 5,928,090 pesos and 35 centavos, with a discount of 5%, amounting of 296,404 pesos and 52 centavos, and resulting with a bid amount of 5,631,685 pesos and 83 centavos. And for Galawan Enterprises Incorporated, financial bid form submitted, bill of quantities submitted, detailed estimates submitted, and cash flow by quarter submitted. Their bid amount is 5,929,905 pesos and 8 centavos. 5,929,905 pesos and 8 centavos. So for contract ID 26H0039, construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Mambuaya, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with the coordinates of 124.6133 degrees and 8.48111 degrees, with approved budget for the contract of 5,939,930 pesos and 67 centavos. Our lowest bidder is advisor construction supplies and general merchandise, with a bid amount of 5,631,685 pesos and 83 centavos. So with that ends our bidding proceedings for this morning. Thank you very much once again, and good morning.
Close na, ma'am.
Again, reminders. So this is Ruby and subject for post evaluation and post qualification. So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Stop na, stop.